And September is Suicide Prevention Month. Earlier this week, I shared with you what college mental health professionals had to say about students transitioning into college. And today I share how students can have a healthy transition after graduation. Take a look.
I think, for one, recognizing that it's much more common than we talk about.
Graduating college is a huge accomplishment, but for some, post-college depression can drown out the remnants of success. Dr. JoJo Mitchell says it's a bit of a grief process.
You know, your whole life, for how many ever years, had been so focused and so lived in a certain way, and to suddenly leave that life, like, it's a transition, right? And I think there's some grief that could come up with that.
The last semester of college and months after walking across the stage can be overwhelming as people are studying, looking for jobs, housing, and even a therapist. For those who have been working with a therapist throughout their matriculation, it's important to not get overwhelmed with the thought of looking for a new mental health professional. Dr. Gina Meyer says prior to graduation, it's good to start the conversation about continuation of care and what that would look like.
You know, I think it can be helpful for clients if they're open to signing a release of information, allowing for verbal exchange between the prior therapist and the new therapist. So some of that information can be transferred over and you can catch up the new therapist to what you've been working on, what's the progress, what are the goals, and kind of what you've discussed for future directions for therapy.
Dr. Sam Call reminds clients that they are paying for a service, so if a client-therapist relationship isn't working, then it's okay to get a new therapist.
And so paying attention to like how you feel in the room, you know, how you feel with this person, how do they respond when you tell them about things that, you know, that worked well for you or didn't work well for you in therapy in the past? Are they receptive to that? Are they, you know, do you feel like they're respecting, you know, what you're saying, respecting your identities? Do you feel like they're listening to you?
According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, in 2021, there were 1.7 million suicide attempts. And if you or someone you know is struggling, help is available by dialing 988, which will connect you to someone with the crisis hotline.